ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि नहि रक्षति डुङ्कृञ्जकरणे। भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। मा कुरु धनजन यौवन गर्वं हरति निमेषात् काल सर्वं। मायामयमिदमखिलं बुद्ध्वा ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविश विदित्वा। भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। As we have been discussing, somebody has not muted, that's why noise was coming. If you don't mind, who has not muted? So here we have discussed how the garva, the sense of pride, takes over you. And always the sense of pride is related to your sense of weakness. To cover up your sense of weakness, or you can say to ignore your sense of weakness, to escape from your sense of weakness, to pretend that you don't have weakness, you do take the help of sense of pride. And the sense of pride can be manifested in different ways, in different time, from different sources. Some people do express their sense of pride because they have something. Also, sometimes you do express your sense of pride because you don't have anything. And in fact, that is more dangerous. So here, when there is some pride in you, that clearly indicates that there is some type of sense of inadequacy, sense of insecurity. Instead of addressing that insecurity, that you are inadequate in somewhere, if you try to cover up, escape, or try to do many things that you are working, that means it's very clear that will be presented as, expressed as pride. And the pride always is being expressed wherever you feel something is tangible, something is visible to you. And the worst part is, you also come to a conclusion that it is visible to you, but others are not able to see. So you want to make it visible to others through the sense of pride. Can you see this point? Suppose you have wealth. You know that you have wealth, but others see also that you have wealth. Will you express, or will you try to tag the sense of pride with reference to wealth? Definitely not. Whereas you have wealth, others do not appreciate, others do not see, others do not acknowledge that you have wealth. What you do? Now you need to express, you need to exercise the power of wealth to make them to know that you have wealth. Can you see the sad part of life? Same thing also, Jana, the people that you have. You have people, but you feel others are not able to recognize or acknowledge that you have many people at your disposal. Then what you do? You have to express, I am so and so. You know who am I? So you try to exercise your power unnecessarily to make others to know that you have people. Same thing also, Yavana, with reference to your youthfulness. What I am highlighting here is very carefully that time the pride comes, or you really express, exercise, and you do everything just to make sure that what you have, other must acknowledge, other must respect. And when you discover others do not acknowledge and respect, then what happens? Sometimes you go completely negative way. You understand? I don't have anything. No, I am a very simple person. Like all these so-called sannyasis, renunciates. We have given up everything. We don't have anything. Hey, who asked you to give up everything? Did anybody ask you to give up? I am a sadhaka. I am a simple person, come on way. I am a very simple, ordinary person. Hey, who asked you to become a simple and ordinary person? Did I ask you? Did anybody ask you? Hey, you chose to become a simple and ordinary person. Why are you imposing your simplicity and this so-called ordinary approach on me, on others? Because deep within what you do, you want to make sure that other must acknowledge and appreciate. That is how all pride, please understand. And remember, pride is not going to last long either. Because if you try to do everything to make sure that I must acknowledge and appreciate, and I don't bother, what will happen to you? That's why a proud person becomes angry very often. Can you see this point? A proud person becomes very angry often. Because deep within, the anger will be there. And the worst part is, especially pride person, they get boiled within. The anger is not being, cannot be expressed. Because already they have expressed their pride. It has been, nicely being beaten up. Okay? Now already when it is being beaten up, you cannot express, because already you try to express it being beaten up. What choice do you have? You understand? All the anger gets boiled up within. That is what happens. That's why try to see where and how you are attaching unnecessarily this pride in your life. These three samples you are being given, but remember, you can find out, figure it out for yourself. Maybe some more will be there. However, let us look at the next, or else we'll get stuck, because I am trying my best to take one verse every day, okay? So that's my target. So I should not compromise on that now. Then he says, Dina yaminyo sayam prataha shishira vasantahu punarayataha kala kridati gachatyayu tadapina munchati asavayu. He gives the link here. Because this is being believed that each student they had written one verse. That is how they say. However, let us look at this. Dina yamino sayam pratah. How? No, I made a mistake. First, it was written by, believe that Adi Shankaracharya. Later on, verses was added. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Dina yamino sayam pratah. Shishira vasantau punarayatah. If we observe our life, this is the link you can see. All our pride is completely related to hopes. The stronger the hope in you, more possibilities of expressing pride in your day-to-day life. Can you see? Suppose you are a hopeless person. With reference to a given situation, or with reference to a person, or with reference to your life completely. You are completely hopeless. Now tell me, will you have any pride? Even if you have everything? Because already you are hopeless. Only you will try to exercise your power when there is some hope. So that means the one who is hopeful, that person, when discovers that hopes are not being materialized or will not be materialized, hope, when you discover that hope becoming hopeless, that time, without your knowledge, you express your sense of pride. See this point carefully. If your hopes are going to be materialized, if you are clear and sure that your hopes are going to be materialized, will you try to tag whatever you have, whether you have wealth, whether you have people, or you have your youthfulness? Just observe this point. I can give you few examples if you want, from wealth or people or youthfulness. I hope you understand everything. How it happens? As long as there is some hope, please understand. You know your hope, especially with reference to this present generation. Present generations are tired, literally, they are tired of their body. Completely. Because there is nothing inside, you understand? The body becomes beautiful when mind is beautiful. This is the truth, this is the reality. When your mind is beautiful, body becomes beautiful. If your mind is dirty, definitely whatever soap you apply, whether this brand, that brand, whatever painting you may do, this brand, that brand, remember deep within you know you are a dirty person. That's why if you look at present generation are always trying to make the body beautiful, ignoring the mind. And what happens? Because of this reason, now the hopes are not there. You understand? They know that hopes are not going to be fulfilled. So when hopes are not going to be fulfilled, there is some type of fear in them. Then what do? They try to express their pride with reference to the body or not. Just observe present generation. Can you see this point? Suppose there, for example, a boy or girl, whatever makes no difference, both are stupid nowadays. This is the present generation. Suppose they know that they are stable. Let us say their relationship is stable. Will that boy or girl express or exhibit all these things pride? Just observe this point. So that means when you are hopeless, Or when you are sure or clear or subconsciously you know that your hopes are not going to be addressed. This is the beautiful point. That time what you do? You try to exhibit, express what you have. You try to prove that you have the best. And you want to make sure that everybody must acknowledge and appreciate that I am having the best. Same logic with reference to money. Same logic with reference to people. And all these things are related to your hopes. And he says, please understand. Beautiful logic, he says. Dina yaminam sayam pratah. If you observe this day and night, Dina yamini. And of course, Sayam pratah, dusk and dawn. Not only that, Shishira Vasanta, winter and spring, how it keeps coming and going. It never stops. Remember, in the same way also, time will pass away. Because time will keep moving. You cannot stop it and you need not stop it either. Even if you get into time machine, some imaginary time machine, time can take you back some 50 years, 100 years. Please, better not to take you back, okay? Because already your back means past is painful. No, somebody said, no, I want to go forward. You understand? Some 50 years ahead. Hey, please understand. 50 years ahead, you will see your skeleton, or you are in some other place, or you are hanging around. Can you digest? Hey, better enjoy wherever you are, okay? Don't get into time machine to understand what is going to happen to you. However, when time keeps moving, remember, same thing also, this ayuhu, your longevity also will go away. Nothing, because every moment, please understand, that's why I say, people celebrate a birthday, that's how I look at myself. When the so-called birthday celebration, I say, look, one day closer to death. You understand? One day closer to death. That is called birthday celebration. Yes, thank you very much. Birthday reminds me that I am now one day, or 1 year if you want to say, 1 year closer to death. That should be the attitude, that should be the approach. However, says, please understand, in spite of that, tatapi asavayu namunchat. This is the worst part. The person of the DJ, the hopes does not leave. How? There is a beautiful example is being given. In fact, I had seen somewhere long back this video also. In fact, I had seen in front of my eyes, but somewhere I saw the video also. Very nice thing that happened. Because in the village you can see this sort of examples very nicely. A rat snake just has captured a big frog. And happy, because very struggling. The rat snake is struggling to do not swallow that frog. The both hind legs have been captured. The front, both the legs are out and mouth is open. Frog mouth is open. And poor snake also struggling. And trying to come up, so that trying to do many things. That time a dragonfly is flying. So when the dragonfly is flying, do you know what this frog does? Tries to try, okay? I should get it. And finally that frog could capture that dragonfly. Just observe this. Now imagine, poor fellow, half of the body is already inside snake's mouth. But 2 legs are out, mouth is open. Now dragonfly is 4 flies flying. Do you know what this fellow does? Hey, look, let me eat. Why to live? Just observe your life. Do you go through the same thing or not? Do you do the same thing or not? I will give you another beautiful example. This is a popular joke in India we have. I don't want to blame anybody, any community, but still, with due respect to the community, we have a lot of jokes. South India, Nambudri, North India, Sardarji. So these are the jokes. It's very popular. Okay. So any North Indian will say about Sardarji, they are Nambudri. So here, I am in North India. Now let me talk about Sardarji. So one day, one Sardarji wanted to commit suicide. So how to commit suicide? He tried all his method. First he thought, no, I should get into the water. Then he said, look, I know swimming. So this is not going to be helpful. Because definitely I will start swimming, so I cannot die. Forget. Then what to do? Then he said, look, better to hang. So let me take the help of a rope so that I can hang myself. Then he said, look, suppose while hanging, if that fellow does not move properly, doesn't tight, halfway it becomes, then they will take me to the hospital. It's a big nuisance. I don't think I can do that. Then finally he said, look, maybe the best method will be some poison. He said, okay, if I consume poison, after some time if people come to know, then they will take me to the medicine, because minimum half an hour, 40 minutes or 1 hour gap is there. So within that, if they reach the hospital, then it's a big nuisance, all sort of complication. I don't think poison will be helpful. Then he came up with the idea. I said, this is the best method is what? To commit suicide on the train track, train line. Once the railway, the train comes, heavy things, once I keep the head, okay, over, no chance. And that will happen also in few minutes. So he decided. So while deciding coming, what he did? So on the way, he went to a shop to buy some fruits. Buy some food, that to snacks. So somebody asked, hey, what is going on? In the morning you are buying some snacks? No, I have something to do. What? Don't think, don't ask. Bought some snacks. Then after that he went to get, some liquor also. All good brand brought. All the sides packed, some 2, 3 and came. So this person who was following, curious what is going on, discovered this fellow near the train track sitting and eating and doing all these things. I say, what are you doing? What for? Actually, I have come here to commit suicide. Oh, if you have come to suicide, what are you doing here? Why you have brought all these things? Have you ever seen a person who wants to commit suicide, wants to die, carries all these things and look, I do not know when the train is going to come. And that to Indian train, okay? Those days, nowadays things have changed. That I do not know when it is going to come, okay? Suppose if it delays, why should suffer till that time? Let me enjoy my life till it comes. Let me eat and drink. And when train comes, I will see. And fortunately or unfortunately, that day was a train strike. In fact, that fellow knew that today is a train strike, so that's why he was doing that, okay? Coming back, this is called hopes. You create hopes on hopes, and sometimes you create hopes on no hopes, okay? Hopeless cases. And for life is nothing, depending upon hopes. You give all your energy, all your creativity on hopes. Nothing wrong in it, because in fact we say very clearly, as long as there are hopes, that long you are alive, because hopes and expectations makes you to be alive. Remember that. I think we have discussed in some other place. The hopes and expectations both makes a person to be alive, no doubt in it. But what happens for you is every breathing is a hope. You understand? When I say every breathing is a hope, your hopes in the beginning keeps changing, keeps fluctuating. And because your hopes keeps fluctuating, please understand, it clearly shows that you are not aware, you are not sure what you are really looking for. Without assessing yourself, the situation, you keep hoping a lot. And based on that hope, you start working. That's why you get frustrated in life. That's why remember here, even this shall pass away, like as a great statement, even this shall pass away. And of course we said no, that the time will pass away. There is no doubt in it. So if this is the truth, that means what? Whatever hopes are there, that also will pass away. That's why never get hooked. Never get carried away. Never go crazy with reference to your hopes. Whereas when your hope is not fulfilled, when your hope is not addressed, then what happens? You will try to get it done. How? Through your pride. By exercising your sense of pride. Means whatever you have at your disposal, you will try to make use of them to fulfill, to get it, to really address your hopes. Do you do that or not? First you create hope. Then you want to address that hope. You want to fulfill that hope. That's why you start using what you have through the pride. And when that doesn't happen, of course you get angry. Either with reference to others, if there is nobody, you get angry within yourself. That's why you become a person of dissatisfaction. You become a person of frustrated. Please understand, a frustrated person, completely frustrated. Because you are only working on hopes. That's why that person, please understand, that person becomes angry with reference to anybody and everybody. The one who has got more hopes. When you have more hopes, that too unnecessarily, which has no logic, and you can say illogical hopes. Of course, because there is nothing called illogical hope, that's the problem, okay? This is mind. Every hope has got logics. Maybe that is illogical me, but definitely logical for you. Unless there is some logic, you cannot have hope, okay? I'm sorry, I'm rectifying myself, okay? Every hope has got its own logic, at least for you, if not for others. So that means here, if you have unnecessary hopes, that's better one. Not illogical hopes. If you have unnecessary hopes, definitely you will get angry with everybody. That's why if you are getting angry with other people unnecessarily, that means your hope is not really legitimate hope. Because if the hopes are legitimate, if the hopes have got its own strength, definitely if that hopes are not fulfilled, you will try to look at yourself, but you will not get angry with others. That's why may you know here, this hope also will pass away. In time, the hope itself will be consumed. So don't worry, don't feel bad at all. Okay, if this is the case, then how to look at? But don't worry. All these things to handle, manage, you need to spend some time, what? With great people. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.